Skateboards for Life Skateboards. Today we're going to be loading up the new 15-inch monster press and then the standard press. Not a lot to do today, just wanted to knock some stuff out early on so I could get some more stuff done. And don't forget, you can always get one of these boards at lifeskateboard.com. So I'm going to start off with the monster press. That's a 15-inch wide board. Why? Why not? There's your answer. Alrighty. So here at Life Skateboards, we roll the glue by hand on every deck. And the reason we do that is we want to make sure your end product is a high quality deck. We don't use a glue machine because glue machines skip the faces and the cross bands, and I'll explain what those are in just a second here. If you're watching this from after the live, thank you very much. Pushing my watch hours up is always going to be helpful. Alright, so even though this is a gigantic deck, it's got the same standard build-up as the rest of our decks. So this is called your face. It's a vertical grain. Another vertical grain is called the core, and then you've got horizontal grain called the crossband. So inside of your skateboard, you've got face, core, crossband, core, crossband, core, and face. And that's what's inside your skateboard, plus some glue. Oh. We'll see how far this glue lets us get today. One second here while I grab my tape. Oh, my tape was right in front of me. My bad, guys. That's definitely the tool for the job. Hey there, Dog Cam. Thanks for tuning in. Trying to get this done so I can get home to my dog a little bit quicker, actually. Starting the tape is always frustrating. And there we go. Alright, so let's get started here. So like I said, we glue by hand. And we're going to go ahead and just flip that face over. The reason, and I said it before, but the reason we glue by hand is because a glue machine is going to miss a couple of plies here. It gets both sides of the face, so it skips this one. It also skips the crossbands, because those would get tied up inside the machine. And we want full glue coverage on every side of every ply. What am I doing? I am making high quality handcrafted skateboards that you can get for yourself at lifeskateboard.com. And then once you get one, you can yell at all your friends, "Get a life!" Because that's my favorite advertising line. Ooh. Here's the ply that would get tied up inside of the press, and inside of a glue machine. As you can tell, it's got some curve to it. Or it's got a little bit of more flex to it than the long grain. So it just kind of roll up inside of there. But that doesn't happen when you glue it by hand. Hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys have any questions about board making, skateboarding, how to get one of these decks, feel free to ask. This is part of the process where I can actually pay attention to what you're saying and respond to you. And if you enjoy this, Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for me. I know this is a niche thing to enjoy watching, so I always try to find my little niche audience. Open this up here, grab myself some more glue. How do I get back in time to when my legs fit up? Well, you can always get back to skateboarding anytime, anywhere. I think Felipe Nunez is a great example of that. That man has no legs below his knees and he is a pro skateboarder. Adaptive skateboarding has taken a huge uptick. So anybody can skateboard. Anybody can skateboard, you just got to be ready to fail and work real hard at it. So someone just asked how many layers are in each board here. It's a standard 7, but because we control every step of the process here, when you order a board from us, you can get an 8-ply if you don't care about weight and you want it to be extremely strong. You can get a 6-ply if you don't care about strength and want something a little bit lighter. And our youth boards, which have just kicks that are closer together, come as a standard 6 for the kids. Give them something lighter to start off with. Good question though. How much do I get paid? I get paid hourly for this job. There isn't a ton of work. I'd call it a surviving. But happy to do what I love. I know I'm taken care of well for the work that I'm doing. However, you can always help my pay by watching my videos after the lives here. There's a playlist on my channel called Watch This For Me. Pushes my watch hours up. Once I'm at 3,000, I can accept donations on the live and whatnot. Someone said, where do you buy them? Hey, there you go. Someone said, where do you buy them? You go to lifeskateboard.com and get one of your own. And do we do twin nose? We make anything for you. So, if you go on our website and just, let's say you wanted one of the popsicles, you would pick whether you want it to be twin nose or tail and tell us in the notes. There's a notes option on the ordering system, and we make it to order for you, so we can make you whatever you want. Our graphic application process is lino blocks. Those are hand carved relief images. So when I say custom, I mean the board itself. But we can do whatever you want. So check us out, lifeskateboard.com. We get our veneer over at Marwood. It's I say Great Lakes maple, majority Canadian maple. We want to be honest about it. Some of it comes from the Upper Peninsula, but it's important that it comes from places with long winters and slow growth. That way, maple plants with long winters and slow growth have tighter grains and it's a tighter piece of wood. Don't do acid drops onto the grass. Yeah, of course, do your acid drops onto, your board. All right, here we go. Let's talk about, someone just brought up an industry board. Let's talk about factory boards and why they suck. So, that April deck you're skating, that super clean graphic on there, how do you think they got it on there? They had to melt some plastic on there with a heat transfer while rolling it through a 200-degree roller. Now that's super easy to get somebody a pretty skateboard, but is that good for the strength of the skateboard? No, it's not. I wonder what their press and cure times are. You can go look that up yourself. Our press times are 24 hours, cure times 7 days. And it's made for you, not made to sit on a warehouse shelf, then sit on a shop shelf, then maybe hit your feet. But someone said don't skate in the cast with a broken ankle. Yeah, don't do that. I definitely was judging a contest with a broken leg at one point and decided, yeah, it's a good time to do a boneless in the middle of this contest. Oops. Oh, those are called screw jacks. That's a great question. These are actually really old screw jacks for a different press over here. I'll show you guys that. We have the presses from Fickle Skateboards. Lou Ross is great people. He rides for us now. But yeah, those are just screw jacks. They're not in place right now. But we use 20-ton jacks over here, and those screw jacks work for the Fickle presses. We will not be using those today. Oh. The glue does not smell bad, but someone just said, hey Matt, thank you so much. That feels really, really good to have you back. I've got the memory of a goldfish, but I'm really glad that something I said helped you. How's your sobriety going? It's true. And then the industry decided to start taking advantage of that feeling and not care about quality of boards, knowing that their entire customer base would come back and buy them no matter what. But we are here to rival the industry, and any chance I get, I'm going to call out the shortcomings of factory board processing. I'm sorry, the factory board process. And that's just me. Glue machines and heat transfers make for a shitty board. How long does the process take? So from start to finish, a board will take 8 to 9 days, sometimes a little bit more. So right now you watched me glue this up. You watched me glue 2 of these up on the same. You watched me glue these up on the same. I'm sorry, on this live. Where's my tape? Come on now, where'd you put it? Here it is. So these will go in the press for 24 hours, and then they'll cure for 7 days before the shape can be cut out. We do print on these. There is not really that big of a bulk cut because our profit margin is small. A popsicle shape is $70. If you customize some stuff, there's some upcharges on it, like wheel wells, changing your ply number, that kind of thing. And then shapes go up from there. So like our twin shape, which is not just a twin popsicle, it's more like the double vision shape, is $79. And you can check out lifeskateboard.com for the rest of them. Hey, Russia. It would be cool if, that's really cool to know you guys are watching from around the world. So like I said earlier, this is an extremely wide press. I've only pressed this twice so far, so we're still learning on alignment here. This press is 15 inches wide. Why? Why not? Slappy just made a 13-inch truck. We always like to be ahead of the curve here. So might as well just go ahead and start with 15s, right? Ooh. So if these boards aren't aligned perfectly, this is the part where I can't really pay attention to the screen, so sorry guys. But if they're not aligned perfectly, they're not going to be pressed perfect. There we go. Slide that back in there. Those plastic separators just keep the board separate and keep even pressure across everything during the pressing process. Why am I able to talk this much this early in the morning? I don't know. Yes, this is very early for me. But I've already been to the skate park once. Probably go again later. Alright, now I gotta slide the youth mold into the top, get everything balanced back out. Knocked it out of alignment there. That was done. Alright, that looks good to me. Alright, now we're going to raise these up. And in the future here, we'll have these hooked up with air. We've moved shops and haven't hooked them up, but we still got to get the job done. So right now it's going to be lifting them up by hand after I tighten these down. And then you guys get to see the glue squeeze out. And then we're going to hop over to the standard press, which is where our 9-inch and below boards come from. Like I said, I'm not doing too much today, just knocking some stuff out so I can get more done outside of this job today. See some questions on there and I'll be able to get to those in a second. Now you're watching the squeeze out here. That's just the excess glue squeezing out the side, letting me know there's enough in there. There we go. All right, let's catch up with these things here. Thanks, little scoop. Have I always sounded this gay? I don't know. It seems like your wish is not how this works. Twin tail's amazing. We can always do that. Evening from Australia. Thanks, guys. Stoked you guys are watching. You guys have some great board makers out there with Omniboards. We got Blacksmith out here sharing his fantasies about me. How's things been going? Just dealing with a lot of stuff here, Matt. Been doing a lot of work with Lawrence Park and having to deal with the city there. I'm just a little tired today. There we go. That's awesome. Board company in Iceland. That's really cool. It's just two of us here making all these boards. Can you order a board? Yes, you sure can. You just go to lifeskateboard.com. Oh, you just go to lifeskateboard.com and get exactly what you want. Hey, Blacksmith, I really appreciate you pushing the chat up here a lot, but I'm just going to suggest you go do something positive with your day, because I'm going to do that. Do I skate myself? Yes, I do. Thank you, guys. I really don't care how I sound, look, or anything like that. Do you guys do bulk? Not really. You're going to have to talk to my boss about that. There's contact on the website for it. You're never too old to skateboard, I promise you that. I promise you, never too old to skate. Somebody said, do you commission the art? Yes, we do. Ben Blakely is our main artist. All of our graphics are hand-carved lino blocks, majority done by him. Oh, I appreciate you, Jonathan. I'm going to put Blacksmith in timeout. That way, you're not allowed to say anything, Blacksmith, but you get to watch, because I hope you benefit from the things that we're saying here. Remember, when you lash out to strangers, I'm just going to assume that's a reflection of yourself. And I'm always here to help you with those things. So that's what I'm here for. Tony Hawk's pretty cool. I'm liking this chat. It's like random, supportive. You guys are rad. Yeah, they don't trigger me too much anymore. It just kind of triggers the I'm here to help you. Because I used to get really mad at stuff like that, and then I started to have a reaction of pity towards that type of behavior, and it turned into a lot of situations where I can help people. So that's how I like to look at things. Like, damn, if somebody's treating me really bad, somebody's probably treating them pretty bad in their private life, and they're just lashing out because they think there's no consequences because they're behind a computer, and that's all right. It's not like they're gonna hurt me with some words. We are pretty rad, aren't we? I always put people in timeout. Oh shoot, I put glue all over my screen. Oops. Give me a second here, guys. I just put glue all over my screen. Whoopsies. There we go. We're back. Let me grab another glove. What's my favorite board I've ever made? So this is my signature shape here, and I've done 2 versions of it. Hey Darius, shut your mouth. This is my channel. Anyway, I designed this board after the X-ray of my broken leg. Thank you, Kingsman. The move has been quite successful. Yeah, old Schmidt sticks. Back when Paul Schmidt gave a shit about what his boards looked like. Whoops! Always. You know it, Dennis, Darius, I've also got to get my smart ass out early in the morning when it's just with you guys. Let's see. But you see, you got me to work, didn't you? Do I like watches? No, not really. I don't tend to wear too much on my wrists unless it's the entry band for contests and stuff. Where are we located? The shop is currently in New Palestine, Indiana, 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. It was located in Muncie for the last 13 years before that. Oh, it's okay, Matt. If you make me repeat the website again, I'm just going to have a reason to repeat the website. So just go to lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. What type of wood do we use? We use maple, tried and true. Don't try anything else. Some companies have cut corners with birch composite. That's garbage. Some companies have moved forward with fiberglass, carbon fiber, that sort of thing. I think that's really cool. It's just not what we do here. We're really good at the all wood construction. Thank you. I appreciate that, Matt. $1 billion chairs versus 1 billion TV-sides fishing rods. Well, it's not my chair, that's not my problem. That's why I always say it. That's a good question, though. But that's how I'm going to answer it. Now, you guys are doing great. How long have you been doing this? I've been doing this for a few years now. My boss has been doing this since 2012. He's a woodworker by trade, owned a skate shop in the early 2000s. Can I do a kickflip? Sure can. if you'd like, you can hop over to my page and watch my warm-up session that I posted the other day. That's just warm-ups. How are bamboo boards? I don't like them, personally, but that's my personal choice. We actually do have some bamboo here, but we don't use it. I like a strong, sturdy board. Hey, thank you from San Antonio. Stoked you guys are hopping in here. Why don't I like bamboo? I like a good, strong, sturdy board. What is the tattoo on my face? Is that what you're asking about? You can't see the other one. There's a story on these, and I go over it every once in a while. I was at a contest in Columbus, Indiana, and tied head for first on a best trick with Sam Crawford. He ended up doing a nose blunt on the Kong wall. I went for a big shove-it tail grab over a tabletop. Missed my landing, dislocated my shoulder, and Sam Crawford came up to me with the gift card for a tattoo and said, "Your mom would be happier than my mom," and gave it to me. And at that moment, I decided I'm going to stick into skateboarding, force myself to stay in the skateboarding industry, and got the spider web on the right side of my face. And since then, if the tattoo comes from skateboarding, I make sure it's very, very visible. Like this one in honor of my friend Quentin Bradford, and the snake on my face was also traded with for boards. So, good question. Yeah, that too. Definitely sharp when it splits. We try to avoid splits here, but definitely sharp. How many layers? 7. There you go. Good job. There you go. Yeah, there's always different technologies coming out from the industry. I just wish they would go back to focusing on making sure that they're not cutting corners on some of the processes. Like, why the hell isn't screen printing automated at this point? They automate the heat transfer system. They could have built full board screen cages and done that. But no, that's too hard. Did someone just say, just remember maple is heavy? I think the wood that skateboards have been made out of for the last, 35 years is going to be what we're going to use. But thank you. I appreciate it. You need a good balance between strength and how light the board is. And if the board's too heavy for you, get stronger. That's a skill issue. If I can tray flip a 7-ply, 11.75 inch wide deck with 11 inch trucks on it, I think you're going to be able to skate a maple skateboard just fine. How much would it cost to commission an 8.5? I'm very confused on that question, and I think you may be using the word commissioning correctly. An 8.5 inch popsicle is going to be $70 base cost. If you're commissioning a graphic, what you're doing is paying a lino block artist to carve a relief image. If you want to do that, it's going to be a couple thousand for you. But that's what we pay our artist for the lino block. Depending on how big or detailed it is. Yeah, well, guitar making, awesome, but you're not jumping on your guitar and kicking it and jamming it into the sides of ledges and stuff. What you're gonna want to look for your guitar making is gonna be just face veneer. So really, really beautiful maple with flagging, bird's eye patterns, burling, things like that. Because you're looking for something pretty. But the more damaged the wood is, the more pretty it is. So it's a fine balance in skateboarding. Do I like playing video games? I don't really have time to play video games, unfortunately. Oh. I clean skate parks, take care of skate parks, skate, and make skateboards. So when I do play video games, it's generally just to relax or fall asleep. I got an N64 with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1, 2, and 3. Because that's what I grew up on. And yes, I know there's a remake coming out. And Bam's in it. That's great. Thank you. Thank you for existing. That is thanks. You can always wish, but remember, if you wish in one hand and only use the other hand to shit in it, you're not going to do anything. That was really aggressive for me to say that. But what I'm saying is, we can all wish, but if you get up in front of your local park board and actually talk about it, you might get something done. You know what I mean? I am building a skateboard right now. Yeah, probably not. We won't know. I've been getting some little sneak peeks. Makes me happy. Oh, Bam Margera just flew out to LA for a lot of his finishing touches in the release of that game. Right after he sent me a lovely little edit. If you have an extremely bad rash, I'm not going to listen to your name and sniff your hand. I'd go to a doctor. Some cortisone. What year was I born? That's an odd thing to be asking on here. I'll tell you I'm 31, but you guys are asking for some detailed information here. You can guess between the years there. You guys want my social security number next or something? Because we're not going there. Hey, you never know, man. If these remakes are successful, I'm sure that they'll push some more of them. Activision is hungry for some stuff like that. I look 23. Oh, that felt good. Thank you. I've done lots of things to myself that would age me prematurely, so that made me. Thank you. Look at that. That's nice. No need to be nosy. It's more of a, this is the internet, and people like to gather information like that to take advantage of things. You know what I mean? Not you, just in general. You don't have to leave your boards, but you can also go to your local skate park and hand them out. Are you producing thin wood by yourself? Nope. This veneer comes from our wood. This is called veneer. Somebody said, you got paranoia. That's actually not true. And it's really weird when people that aren't in a position to be stalked and harassed try to tell people that they're being paranoid about things being stalked and harassed. Recently, someone got a little upset. And I was dealing with photos of my family, photos of me, and lies about me and my family being spread across the industry. It's pretty nice. So I'm not being paranoid. I'm being careful. One day, maybe, you'll get there and understand that. Yeah, so someone said, how do you arrange the grains? I will show you on this next one here. But you've got a vertical grain on top and then a horizontal grain. I've already gone past all the horizontal grains for this deck here, so let me glue this up, tape it. I'm going to ignore the chat for just a moment so I can answer that question as soon as I'm free to. and I'll explain it right in front of you. Give me a second here. Got glue on my shirt. Alright, so let me glue this up and I'll explain the inner workings of your skateboard. So, that was a great question about how we arrange the grains, because a lot of people don't think about this. So if all of your grains are going the same direction, you're only going to have strength in that direction. And you want strength in every direction on your skateboard. So inside of your board, you've got 7 plies here. Your top one is a real pretty face, like that, no blemishes, and that's a vertical grain. Your next one is less pretty, and another vertical grain. That's called your core. And then the third ply is called a crossband, and that's the grain that goes this direction. So that gives it strength in every direction. And then this is just the tried and true order of the boards here. That's a weird way to say that, orders of the boards. You got face, core, crossband, core, and face. So there's what's inside your deck. Thank you. Thank you, I appreciate that. If dogs get fish butt, do fish get dog butt? Yes, I bet they do. Hey Jonathan, so we get veneer specifically for skateboards. However, I'm not the one that picks up the veneer. That would be my boss. That's a real specific question on our cost of materials. Have you been doing this long? I have been doing this for a few years. My boss has been doing it since 2012. I always thought this would be a dream to do and then got offered the job, so. Someone said, good way to start your day. It is, but this isn't actually how I started my day. I got up this morning and went to the skate park and cleaned up the trash, had a little session, and now it's 8:34. I'm about to knock out what little work I have for today. And then I'm going to be free to go skate some more. We get our veneer pre-stained. Both. Street or park, both. What is the brand called? This company is called Life Skateboards. Remember, there's lots of brands out there that aren't companies. They're brands. A brand doesn't make their own product. They have someone else brand it for them. At Life Skateboards, we make everything. Therefore, Life Skateboards is a skateboarding company. Skateboard manufacturing company. Life. L-I-F-E. Give me 1 second here. I actually have the website written down. There you go. Screenshot that. Why is it backwards and forwards? Because I don't trust YouTube to keep it the right direction. Where are we located? New Palestine. Yes, we make every single board from this company. How much is the longboard? You'll have to check the website. I don't have the prices memorized. We ship all over the world, but I will say international shipping sucks right now. So what we've suggested for people is obviously order with your friends. Obviously that means more sales for us, but for you that means that you're splitting shipping with several people because it's a flat rate. Someone said they don't understand how maple that's so flimsy while you put it together becomes so strong when you put it in a board. Well, you see, this is 7 pieces of wood, not one. It's kind of like how you make plywood. The grains are going against each other, and then when they're in the press for 24 hours. Then they cure in a stack of their own concave, And when you curve a shape, it gives it strength in that direction as well. So we have extremely deep concave with money bumps, your kick bumps, and our boards are extremely strong. I would definitely, I mean, we've had people park 8-plies on our, park cars on our 8-plies. Just extremely strong decks. It is definitely hard to find a good price on wood anywhere. They'll say that for sure. There we go, Indiana, yep. New Palestine, Indiana, to be specific. Originally located in Muncie. Sorry if I didn't answer those questions. You guys are hitting me rapid fire with these questions today, and I'm loving it. And then if you guys are watching now, if you'd like, you can always help me out watching the playlist I have up on my channel called Watch This For Me. It gets my watch hours up, gets it so we can have better interaction on here. Have I been snowboarding? Nope, I'm poor. Sorry. No, I've never had the opportunity to. I'd love to. I feel like a lot of what I do would transfer over really well to a skateboard. Hey, Gru, awesome. That means if you want to order one, you can just pick one up here if you'd like, but we do ship everywhere. And in the US, it's a lot better on shipping. Are all our veneers natural colored? No, but right now we are waiting on a shipment. There were a couple of these cores. I'm just out of naturals right now. So right over here, as you can see, these are boards that are curing. We got our colored veneers. We got some long boards. We got our wides, longs, and standards down here. So we do have colors. Let me tape this up before I forget. Just today, it was all naturals in the press. Now for the 15-inch veneer, we do have only natural on that one, but that is an experiment that's going on right now. How did I end up on your feed? I don't know. You're gonna have to thank YouTube for that, right? I'm making skateboards, but maybe it's because we also make longboards? Maybe? Do you specifically make every board from the company? So my board would be handmade by you. So, Hunter, here is how this works. And I'm going to get to pressing in a second here. I get the veneer. I sort the veneer. I glue every single board by hand that goes in these presses. The presses sit here, the boards sit in the press for 24 hours, and then they cure here for a week. And then my boss, Sam, who cut all these templates, takes that board, attaches it to a template, puts the truck holes in, and cuts the shape out right here. After he does that, I take it over here, clean up that edge, round off the edge, clean up the rounded edge, clean it up a little bit more, and then get it ready for a graphic. And then my boss applies the graphic with lino blocks. So there you go. It sure is. I love the process. This is not my company. I'm just the sole hourly employee. The company is owned by Sam Cook. That's a great question. That's a great statement. Lots of work. Should be rich. No. Welcome to the skateboarding industry, where we all make a surviving. That's why you see a lot of skateboarders and board makers doing stuff on the side like YouTube, and you guys can always support me through here. Should be rich? Nope. Just surviving. And I'm fine with that because that's what I love to do. A while back, I made the decision to only work in the skateboarding industry. I was working in a skate shop at the time. And I knew when I made that decision that I would spend the majority of my life struggling and have to have some, side stuff going for revenue. But it's the cost of doing what you love, I guess. This way I get to eat, breathe, live skateboarding. Everything I do is skateboarding, and I love it. This one's a little bit harder to line up after I lined up the 15-inch. Alright. We just gotta fit these two in here, raise up the press, and then I'm gonna go check if my board is dry. I mainly came into work today because I wanted to finish my own board up. And while I'm here, I might as well do some extra work. See if any of my side work got back with me after this. And then get to the skate park before it gets unbelievably hot again. Do I own the board business? No, I don't. So someone said, how many boards can you put in one press? We like to max it out at 3 per mold. If you start doing more than that, you start getting inconsistencies in the concave. An example of that would be primitive. P-Rod talks about which number board he pulls out of the press. I think that's horrible because that means it's not a consistent concave across the press. So this one has 2 molds, so we can fit 4 in here. Let me go grab my sticks. We'll raise this up and we'll get out of here. I'll take a moment to be able to maybe catch up on some of the questions I'm about to miss before we get off of here. I want to know if he owns the damn business. I'm not buying one if he's just making them for a friend. Hey, Brandon, I do not own the business. I am the sole employee for Life Skateboards. I am so sorry for you, bud. Have a great day. I don't own the business. I'm an hourly employee here at Life Skateboards. That's so weird, man. I've been answering your questions over and over again, and then I got you getting all mad at me. You need a hug. Just go to your local skate park. I'm sure somebody will give you a hug. It's okay. It's way too early in the morning to be having that type of mentality. I look like the guy from a movie I've never seen. I will just take that as a compliment. Or is he pretty? No one's asked that. So I ride my own signature shape that I designed. Brandon, you're getting put in timeout, little man. Your parents should have taught you better. Bye-bye. I skate my own signature shape, and I'll go in the next room to show you that. But I skate it with Ace 55 Classics, 59mm 99A Jeremy Green Speedlab wheels, Superfly speedball bearings. May Quentin Bradford rest in peace. And I use decal non-abrasive grip tape because I can't afford new shoes all the time. Brandon tripping. Yeah, you guys are right. That was so strange. Over here answering 100 questions at a time and getting yelled at by some dude named Brandon. Brandon is in the shadow realm. We can duel to let him come back. Alright. I always go until it can hold my weight. Alright, so I'm going to write down my clock out time since I'm not on the clock anymore here. Now I'm just showing you guys cool stuff. So, how long do I put the boards in stream? No, we don't do that. We don't steam them. So we do all wood construction here at Life Skateboards. There's plenty of companies doing composites. Now, birch composites are garbage. Never, ever go with a company that's doing that. They're just trying to save money. Is non-abrasive is good. Non-abrasive is great if you start off with fresh shoes and clean it regularly. Where can you buy our boards? You can go to Life. I keep leaving the damn thing that says the website in the other room. LifeSkateboard.com. Here it is. There you go. Go ahead and screenshot that for you. There you go. Libtex were really good. How do you clean your skate? No, you don't clean your skateboard. Sorry, that was a confusing statement. You clean your grip tape. And decal non-abrasive grip tape just requires using either a rag, your sweaty arm, or some grip gum. Favorite trick to do before I go to the park? Oh wait. Yeah, dude, that's what I mean. It's a flat rate of $100. So that's what I'm saying about shipping with your friends. But yeah, you just clean that. Hit a kickflip on live. Okay. Fine. We'll see if my no warm up wearing slip-ons. Hold on, guys. Don't let me do this in slip-ons. Give me a second. You guys peer pressured me into skateboarding. Yeah, you're right. My favorite trick to do right now, like my layback airs and Miller flips. I need my keys to get into my car. Let's see. I've been working on like blunt slides down the ends of hips lately, and I've been over twisting them into switch crook. This is the good kind of peer pressure, guys. I appreciate you. You guys might even get me to do street plants and look like an idiot on live if you try hard enough. Ooh. Happy clouds. Happy clouds. Oh. No, I am not vert. There's a big difference between vert and transition. Transition is anything with transition on it. Vert has to go vertical. I skate a vert ramp every once in a while, but all I have is dropping in, front slash, and really stinky front side airs. You guys got me getting ready for a skate session on live. Now I don't have to change my shoes when I get to the skate park or anything. You guys are the best. Thank you. No warm up. Woke up like an hour or two ago. Just kidding. I was on live an hour ago. I'd say I post more park than anything. I don't really film when I'm skating street. I view it as very cathartic to go skate without a camera. But the only thing I really film for video parts is street. We got one of those in the works right now. Yeah, mini. I'm 31. I made a wax company, and it only makes enough money to help fund some contests and events and pay a few pros. I made a little wax company just specifically to push it revenue into the industry. What shoes am I skating? I always skate the Crockett Highs, and I always paint my shoes. I'm not a very superstitious person until it comes to this. I once didn't paint my shoes and I broke my leg. That'll make you a little superstitious. I ride for the company. Oh, the name of my wax is Butter Bars Wax. If you go to butterbarswax.com, you can order it. There's a really, damn it. Did I do that out of frame? That was nice, wasn't it? This is my shape. That was garbage. Sorry. Oh. Sorry guys, my pants started falling down. He made my... I don't need my pants falling down on live. Oh my God. No warm-ups. This is what happens. This is what I was talking about, cleaning your deck. You know it, guys. No, I'm not happy with any of the things that just happened. Yeah, you're right. Well, actually, I need a new deck. This is... I don't like razor tail. It's not consistent. But, no, not at all Andy Anderson inspired. This is inspired by me. That stayed in shape for a little longer than he had. Ooh. Oh, shit! I need to wake up, guys. I'm 31. I need to stretch before I do things. Oh my God, that was awful. Casper needs to stretch before he does things. That wasn't a make. This is a weird chat. We'll see. No warm-ups. I I can do a version of one every try, pretty much. There's one. There you go. Now we're starting to get warmed up here. Remember guys, if you're 31 and you spend all morning huddled over a glue table, and everybody says, go do a trick, don't expect to be skating at 100%. There's the boss man. So I get to find out if my day's over or not. Oops. Man, this is weird. Oh, Sam doesn't care. Sam loves hopping on here. But right on, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. If you don't like what you're watching, I don't care. There's enough of you having fun here. So hop on here for more live videos and watch some of those videos in my Watch This For Me playlist. I'll greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys and have a great night.